All right. I was confused if it was a recording or not, but this is Philip Fieldy Music, and today we are doing a Suede tier ranking, or London Suede tier ranking. I've done a deep dive of them before. I did one again recently. I was going to go ahead and do this about a month ago, but then I heard there was a new album coming out, so I was like, let me wait for that. So I've been sitting with it for a little while. I'm going to bring out my notes. I'm not going to do how I've been doing. I feel like I've just been reading off a teleprompter, so I'm just going to, you know, take the major parts. I mean, I'll put my full thoughts like on my album of the year or something like that. Sorry, it's my kid in the back. Um, but, the gist of it. I'll just pick out little points of it, I guess. So, yeah. So I guess we'll start with the first Suede album. Yeah, so self-titled. Make sure I didn't put that wrong, but it says it right there. It's a great start to this discography. It's very glammy. That's real. Okay. Yeah, excellent stuff on this one. I do feel like there's no skips on that. Nice Britpop sound to it, and some great guitar work, and yeah, it's I feel like it is a no skips. There's like so much good stuff in this one, so I want to put it in the. You know what? This should be NS. That's why I like to put on there for no skips. All right. Next we have Dogman Star. I know a lot of people really like this one too and put it up pretty much as high as the self-titled, but I didn't like it as much. I thought it was a good album, but it's not an excellent one like the self-titled to me. And like I said before, I think this one might have been my number one last time. So as with all these deep dives, I always change my mind. But no, it has a cool vibe to the album. Some of it is kind of creepy. I like a lot of the piano kind of stuff in it, and the atmosphere, dreamy vocals and guitar, string sections, and organ. But it's a good album. But it's not as good as the subtitle. So I'm gonna put that in the C, because to me C is still good. Well, I guess technically, in my way of doing it, it's not. Yeah, it's still good, but it's not great. So okay. So anyway, I won't keep on that. So I got distracted. So next we got Coming Up, their third album, very glammy too. They got a lot of Ziggy, Bowie era vibes from it. Some of the tracks are kind of meh though and repetitive though. I probably should have put a little bit more of that on Dog Star too, because there was some parts of it where I was kind of like, eh. And that's why the score is so low. But it's also a very dreamy, atmospheric album as well, and some good vocalizations and stuff like that on it. So, but I do think it's a C as well. I do put it by. I think Dog Star is a hair above it, but and their discography is actually not bad at all, especially compared to a lot of artists. So Head Music. This one has more of an electronic and dancey feel to it. But I do think it's a fun album, but it's not. I do think this is probably the worst album, though, because there's a lot of boring parts to it. And a lot of some of it is very monotonous, so I don't know. I just couldn't get into this one, so I'm going to put it in a D. Alright, so now we get back to what I consider a very good album, A New Morning. Positivity, though, is very cheesy, and I knocked the point off just for that, so I just couldn't get into it. It's too much cheese. But there's some harmonica on this album, some great vocal lines. Some of it reminds me of Kansas, the band Kansas. Um, some great falsetto. I like some of the backup singing, some keyboard work. Um, One song, Street Life, reminds me of an Elastica song. I don't know if that was on purpose. Um, and yeah, some of the albums are very jazzy, got some great bass in it. So um, When the Rain Falls, I put, sounds like a piano from Charlie Brown, but in a good way. So I'm thinking this is a good B album. Next we have Blood Sports. Um, some great openers with Barriers and Snowblind, some cool guitar on it. Drum fills as well. It's a fun album, very dramatic, great lyrics. And for a later album, I think it's above what most bands do. So most bands, like, man, they peter out and they don't ever come up. Which, I mean, I hope that's changing. I mean, The Cure put out a great album recently, or last year. Suede is doing it again this year. So this one, though, I am thinking it's an A. It's their second best, to me. Next we have Night Thoughts. Very pretty album. There's a few parts of it I thought was annoying. I got kind of bored on some parts, but overall it's a great album. Or a very good album. It's not really great, it's very good. So I will put it in the B, though. I'm just going to leave it as is. I think I'm pretty much on par. They're pretty much the same for me. Next we had The Blue Hour. Strong start with the first 3 tracks. I didn't care for Beyond the Outskirts, though. I did like Chalk Circles a lot, though, and Code Hands. But I think the album is fine, but it's not great. It's not among their best. There was a lot of duds on it, so I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in front of Coming Up, but right there. All right. So next we have Autofiction. So I heard the song She Still Leads Me On. I know I heard it during my first time doing a deep dive of Suede, but I heard another group cover it either last year or the year before. It must have been the year before. It was not even a cover. They did like a cappella orchestra, and the lead singer Suede was singing with them this song. So it really hit me there for some reason, and so when I heard it, the original version, it hit me even harder. So I love that song. I think it's great. She Still Leads Me On. And I also really like It's Always the Quiet Ones and Black Ice, Shadow Self. There are some parts of the album that meander, but I do think it's still a very good album. I will put it here. You know what? Change my mind. Putting it here. Yeah. And finally, we have their newest album. I have given it a few listens, and recency bias maybe might be in play, but I think I pulled myself down to a reasonable score. Love that first track, Disintegrate. The drums, the guitar, vocals, and everything is just great. I was like drumming along with it in the car the first time I heard it. The title track is very punky, and I like that. Great lyrics on this album as well, especially on June Rain, which hit me pretty hard. I like that one a lot. But overall, it came out to be a very good album, so I would put it here. So that's what I got. Let me know in the comments what you think. Where do you rank these albums? Like and subscribe and share. Get my subscriptions up. I do a song of the day every day, and I'll be back for that tomorrow. But yeah, I'm gonna keep on knocking out some of these deep dives. I have like a long list to get through. So yeah. So anyways, yep. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow for another song of the day. Bye.